Hi, I'm Alex, and it's my first time to record a YouTube video. So today I'm going to cook Chinese rib, and it's a really traditional and delicious Chinese dish, and I hope you guys would like that. So I have already did the first step of cooking, which you just boil the ribs with the Chinese cooking wine and some gingers or green onions together. You put those in the in cold water, and you boil them until the water is boiled. You have some blood come out. You just throw them away, and eventually you'll get something like that. So we also need some seasonings, such as red peppers, and I will talk about seasoning later in the next video. But generally we need those seasonings, and you can find them in regular Chinese market. You will also need some sugars. Today I just use some regular sugars, but I will post videos in future to talk about sugars. But today we just use regular sugar since it's like obtainable in most families. Here it is. So the last step of preparing cooking you're gonna boil some hot waters. Because you're gonna use that later, the cold water are not the best in later cooking steps. Cooking process. Apologize. So let's begin cooking. So the first step, you're gonna need 2 spoons, like the regular spoons. Or probably just like 1/2 if you like use the large spoons. So the first step is pretty easy. You just need to put some sugar inside, and since I use 2 packages of ribs this time, I have to use like 2 large spoons of sugars. Actually, it was and then you just turn the fire to the large one, and you are also gonna need some where's oil? Okay. You're also gonna need some oil. This time I just use vanilla oil because it's the only oil I have right now, but you can also use olive oil or like peanut oil. But don't use butter because butter have too low boiling point, and which is not the best in these dishes. So just some oil, like this much, or probably a little bit more. Yes, actually a little bit more. You just want them to melt it. So you can see the sugars are pretty much melted for now. So right now you can see the sugar are pretty much melted, and it's super hot, so I would suggest you guys try it. So here to put the ribs inside this process, we just need to put the sugar color on it, which makes the ribs look delicious. So sometimes the sugar is gonna be really hot, like it probably will spill, so when you cook that dish, you probably should not wear a t-shirt. You can just stop here. So, I stir fried them for like this, when the sugars are covered over it. And right now you just put the all seasoning inside. Sorry, I got too much rib this time. And when you smell the essence from the seasonings and ribs, you can put the Chinese cooking oil inside. And pretty much like 2 spoons. And then like 1.5 spoon soy sauce. And you whisk them to like heat up the cooking ones and the soy sauce for about usually 90 seconds. But it kind of depends. So you can see the ribs are already covered by the sugars, right? Later on, actually probably just right now, you can put the hot water inside. So when the water overwhelms all seasonings and the ribs, that should be enough. And right now, you just wait the water to be boiled. You can. So the gravy are boiled right now, and the color looks fine. So we don't need to add extra soy sauce. I mean, sometimes we do if the gravy are not as dark as this one. But today, like everything are pretty much perfect. And we still need to like keep the fire at the largest for about 10 to 15 minutes because we need this time to ensure the ribs are covered by the delicious rice. So when we finish cooking, it's gonna look so attractive. Nobody can resist that. So right now it's about 10 minutes later, and you won't see any changes or like big changes from 2 minutes before, but I can guarantee you that the sugar that covered on the ribs before are fully into that. So even though we cook that for a while, the appearance of ribs is gonna be localized, which is quite beautiful. And right now we just changed the fire from the highest to about almost lowest, but not exactly lowest. And I did that because our family's fire is it's lower, like the energy input or the power was kind of lower than the average. So I do like approximate a little bit higher than lowest fire. But in the regular kitchen, you probably just turn that to the lowest. Otherwise, the water gonna be dry out pretty fast. Or you can put them in like a high pressure pot, like cook for about 40 minutes. But since I don't have that sort of pot, I'll just use this way for cooking, and it actually works even better. Hi, I'm back. So it's about actually an hour later. I was doing something else, so I didn't take care of the pot, but I think it's almost ready. So you can see the meat are like so tender right now. And I'm just wait the gravy got denser, and later on later on it's gonna be ready. So it's gonna be my Christmas Eve dinner dish. And yes, I think everybody else gonna love that.